Girls of Reddit, what was the best flirting technique someone did to you? We'd met previously and he was trying to get out of the friend zone quickly. I told him I was too busy to date. He offered to hang out with me while I plowed through a ton of errands including an oil change, getting gas, returning shoes, picking up cleaning, and blowing up balloons for a party. It was so nice to have support of me being me and me doing stuff, and it was nice low-key no pressure hanging out to get to know each other. I was so busy that day I forgot to eat lunch and he got me a donut and coffee. I married him. Told me he likes to draw and asked for my number so he could send me some examples. Then he free-handed a picture of a moose for me. He said, "I have a riddle for you." Then he took my hand and traced a line down the middle of my palm. "This is a river. It is too wide to jump over, too deep to wade across, too fast to swim across, and too long to go around. There is a bunny stuck on one side of it. How does the bunny cross the river?" After about 10 minutes of me trying to guess the answer, I gave up and asked him how the bunny got across the river. He said, "Who cares? I just wanted to hold your hand." Flirted with my dog first. Ah, shit, best strategy. I think that's called Pavlov's strategy. Because it really rings a bell. It doesn't work. I tried it once but the girl got creeped out at all the drooling. He bought me the book I was looking at in the bookstore. I started dating the university's lone wolf and was extremely surprised to find how incorrigible a flirt he was. But he didn't speak my native language, he was not from my state, and my parents wouldn't have approved of our relationship. When I told him I didn't want to lead him on, he said we would try our best and if it didn't work out he would take full responsibility for his broken heart and that I need not feel pressured. The feeling of liberation I felt cinched the deal for me. Looking back, I am strangely touched by how he, an introvert, had allowed himself to be openly vulnerable in front of me. After 7 years of a solid relationship, which included 3 years of wearing my parents down to accept him, we got married a couple of months ago. We were classmates in college and one morning, I called him on my way to school. I lived over an hour away and we usually called and chatted while I drove, and complained about a headache. When I got to school, he was there with ibuprofen, water, and one of those yogurt parfait thingies. I also made a comment once about my eyeliner running out, and he brought one to school the next day. Found out from his brother after we started dating that he had spent like an hour at the store asking the makeup employees for the right one since he had no idea what an eyeliner pen was. We've been married for 4 years now and he's still a total sweetheart. Edit, holy shit, my inbox has exploded. Thank you for the awards. I'm reading the comments to my husband right now, lol. But to clarify to those saying this could be creepy behavior, it definitely could in a different situation. I don't recommend doing this with someone you don't have a good base with. If you like to do nice things for people, don't make it seem like you expect anything in return. We already had a pretty solid friendship and he was, and still is, honestly the best friend I'd ever had. He never made any advances on me or put any pressure on our relationship. I used to wonder if he was just nice or if he actually liked me. That's how good he was at being chill. I ended up confessing my feelings to him a few months later. I come from an abusive family, so having him be there for me, listen to me, respect my boundaries, etc. was mind-blowing. He's been a great partner and I'm very thankful for people like him. I'm a married man and I want this dude. I don't know if it's the best but it's definitely the most memorable. I was at the gym and had been honestly taking things to the extreme for a while and not listening to my body. I suddenly got very dizzy and my sight became wide. On the realization that I was about to pass out, I slowly lowered myself down to the floor. One of the guys working out came swooping in to grab me and prevent my head from hitting the floor. He lay me down and tried to get me to remain conscious, asking me all sorts of questions that required some concentration, like what day of the week it is and who is the president. When he saw that I was okay and recovering, his questions started getting flirty. What's my name? What's my number? Now that he's become my knight in shining armor, can he take me out on a date sometime? It really made me laugh and feel better just by him being so lighthearted about it. He got my number. I met my, now, husband while I was in the hospital. He worked there and I was a frequent patient, unfortunately. Anyway, he would bring daffodils to my room. Or apple juice. He snuck me extra warm blankets and would sit with me before after his shift. When I got out, he offered to get groceries and wash my hair. All of it just as a friend. He knew I wasn't interested in dating while going through everything and so he was just there. Turns out I happened to like him there and we are celebrating our 12th anniversary this year. I had a boyfriend who was really into working out and martial arts. I asked him to show me a move and he swept my feet out from under me, then caught me and kissed me. Hottest thing ever. Years and years ago I worked at Florist, where the owner illegally hired mostly Mexican girls in the States to learn English. They went to school, but worked for a rate that wasn't even minimum wage. It was super shady, but I loved working with them. We would make up little games to teach me Spanish, them English. Anyway, this Latin guy comes in one day and one of the girls is helping him. He wants to get a bouquet for a girl he likes, so she takes him around the store, showing him what she thinks are the best flowers. She wraps it all up for him, and right as he pays, he writes his number on the paper and hands them to her. I was floored. It was so smooth. She was completely unfazed, like, oh, that's how men are like where I'm from, men don't do that here? I was like, nope. I once had a guy walk up to me at a bar and said, "Hello, my name is Rob and I'll be hitting on you tonight. What can I get you to drink?" Silly, playful, and direct. We dated for about 8 months. Invited me over to watch Gordon Ramsay anger compilations and make candy bugs. We met at a Halloween house party, and when I was going to leave he walked me to the room with all the coats, which also happened to be a kid's room, and he asked me, "What color crayon would you like to write your phone number with?" I married him. Celebrated 20 years. I was walking on my university campus, tripped, and dropped my books. Heeled sandals, raised sidewalk. He asked me if I was okay, and picked up my books. He then carried my books and walked me to class. We chatted the entire walk, and when we got to my class, he asked for my phone number. I tore off a piece of paper, and wrote it, but without my name. I wanted to see if he was listening when I told him. He listened. We've been married over 20 years, he makes me smile every day. Told me at a Halloween party that he had his eye on me, proceeded to hand me a squishy eyeball. Asking me my favorite Lego Star Wars character. He kind of ruined it though by trying to kiss me 2 minutes later. Kindergarten. "Hey, do you want to help me throw fruit at my friends?" 16-year-old boy at summer camp, holding a bunch of oranges, who wanted to meet me. I was also 16 at the time. I feel like this is the exact technique that caveman used to woo cave women. We walked home together all the time from school, and he would do something cute, funny, caring to make sure I was on the inside of the sidewalk when we were together. Like he would twirl me around and guide me to the inside, or tickle my side and jokingly push me to the inside of the sidewalk. I guess not a typical flirt move, but considering 99% of the I was walking to get anywhere, him wanting me to be safe when we were together was so sweet. We are not together and have never dated, but that still is one of the top things on my list of sweet moments. Even in school, he'd walk on the outside cause I always got shoulder checked by people passing by. Last year of college for us. He'd show up after my classes and follow me around everywhere, talking incessantly. When he'd see me on campus he'd run over to say hi. I would flirt by sometimes picking a little wildflower to give to him when I saw him next that day. He'd wear it in his shirt or behind his ear. We now have 2 sons and he's taught the older one, younger as a baby, to give me little wildflowers when we're out walking together.